Okay, ready? Radio Raheem here with Claressa Shields, two-time Olympic gold medalist. The first 2 years they allowed women to compete, you won a gold medal each time. Let me take you back to the first time. It was something brand new. There had been boxing in the Olympics forever, but you were the first really to come in and be the only gold medalist that year. What was it like in the aftermath after having put that medal around your neck and knowing that you were the first to do it?
I was overwhelmed. Like my head was in the clouds. I didn't know what was going on. It was something unbelievable to do. Knowing that I made history. It wasn't just the first African American. It's the first woman, period, to ever have an Olympic gold medal at up in women's boxing. And it was something that was great to me. And after, I didn't really get a lot of endorsements and everything, but I continued boxing. I stayed undefeated until 2016. And in 2016. I won the Olympics again, undefeated. My overall record right now is 77 wins with that one loss from 2012, right before the Olympic Games. And I've been undefeated for over 4 years now. So now I'm 21 with 2 Olympic gold medals and wondering what to do next.
You mentioned that there were no endorsements waiting for you after having won that first gold medal. So many athletes, even boxers, they get a gold medal and you get a Wheaties box, you get a shoe endorsement, you get some kind of clothing line. These things, they are expected. Why do you think it was that after the first Olympic gold medal for you in 2012 that you didn't get that kind of reception from the endorsements?
I was too real, and look at the background that I came from. I came from nothing, and with very little help, I made it to be an Olympic gold medalist. There was nobody to thank for my gold medal but God, and to thank my city for standing behind me. And when you have things like that, of course, there's no one to thank. So I can't go on the Ellen show and thank this company for helping me, or I can't go on, Oprah and say, oh, this person took me in, and it was just me and my coach that were at the gym, and that was for a very long time.
And a lot of people don't know where you're from. Tell them where you're from originally and your upbringing.
I'm from Flint, Michigan, born and raised. I'm the second oldest out of 4 siblings. I'm the breadwinner in my family, the first one to graduate. And other than that, I just kind of take care of my family and box.
Now, Flint, Michigan is a city that most people didn't know before this year, but because of the water issue and the poisoning from the government there, it's something that's on the forefront of people's minds. How did that affect you when you found out that was what was going on? How did you learn about it? Can you talk to me about that issue and how it affected you?
Well, I had left Flint actually to train at the Olympic Training Center 2015 mid-year. So I had been gone I've been away from Flint for about 1.5 years, but I always went back to visit. And when you just go back and you kind of see your family struggling with the water situation, the only thing that I did was whenever I had media, I would just tell them about how they could donate water and what websites were legit that would actually get families water, and that's all I could do. And I did a fundraiser at the Olympic Training Center and sent it to a foundation in Flint for the water. But other than that, it's just I had to kind of clear it from my mind, because when you think about kids being poisoned with water and then also people just in general, it's kind of disturbing. You're who would do something like that? And then when with me being from Flint, I know people that know the behind the stories of what was going on there, and people are saying that he already knew that the water was poison, Rick Snyder, because he told his workers, we're going to use bottled water, and he said that for about 1 year. So when you have 10 deaths because of the water and then everybody has lead in their system, it's who's responsible for that? They locked up Kwame up in Detroit for funds, but you can't lock up a guy who's poisoning people with water for a financial gain. It just doesn't make sense.
Coming out of the Olympics, having these kind of struggles to even get there in the first place, the endorsements aren't waiting for you. Ultimately, even while you're training, you learn about these issues in Flint. Mentally, how do you stay focused, knowing that the challenge ahead of you is so great and the dedication that you have to put into this sport is tremendous? How did you stay focused on the goal of 2016 and recapturing gold?
Well, you know what? That is all about what you surround your life with. My life has always been surrounded with boxing. Even growing up in Flint as a young child, a lot of my friends got murdered, or they got shot at people. I had a lot of some of my family members get shot and killed. But at the same time, when I'm not surrounded by it, you really can't let all your emotions get wrapped up into it. All my emotions, all my hard work, and my heart gets wrapped up in boxing. And just with that, and always, God, He had a way of giving me a very strong mental. So with that, I've always been able to just not really think about what anybody has to say or what they have to what's their opinion about me. I haven't changed since 2012. I just got older, and just with that, like, people ask about this tattoo. I've had 2 times on here before I won. I knew I was going to win it. Rio, London.
That's right.
Even with that, people say, why is it backwards? It's not backwards. I'm looking at it. It doesn't matter what you see. It's about what I see. And, people get too consumed about what the other people are thinking or like what they're saying. And to me, I really don't care. It's like, I want to be internally happy, and I know that the media can't make you internally happy, or sponsors or endorsements. It's something that's inside of you. And like I said, everybody like, oh, you're this big superstar now. I've been a big superstar. I've been Olympic gold medalist. I was Olympic gold medalist in my head when I was 15 years old, and I won it 2 years later when I was 17. It's a mental thing, and if you tell people that they can tell you what to celebrate and not to celebrate, after every tournament, when I'm on the podium and I have another gold medal, it doesn't matter what you. If you call me to interview me about it, good for you. If you don't, you're lost. But at the same time, I'm not upset about it. I'm going to go home. I'm going to link up with my friends. We're going to have a party every time.
The gymnasts for the USA got a lot of press. Their camaraderie was, all over the place. It was beautiful to see. Mm-hmm. But those of us who are boxing fans who follow this sport,
we look a little disappointed, huh?
Right. We didn't get to see that from your team, but at least in the mass media. But we looked and we saw that you're a leader on that team, and that there was a lot of gelling and camaraderie, friendship between your teammates. So knowing that you had won the gold medal, you were coming to get it again. Can you talk to me about how your relationship with your teammates in the second time around flourished?
Okay, one, I love Simone Biles. Love you, girl. Now, as far as in my team, I wouldn't even call us a team. I would call us brothers and sisters. I love 2016 team. Shakur was like my little brother. I think I needed to seek counseling for a day after he lost in the finals. It was like I felt like I had lost, and I almost lost focus for my fight. That's how close everybody was on the team. Antonio Vargas, that was my Bible study partner. He's like my brother. He always tried to, make sure that I stayed in my place, and I made sure he stayed in his. I was the big sister of the team, and I kind of let everybody know, like, this is the biggest stage you guys have ever been on, but let's not think about it like that. This is another fight. Carry your home gym to your, to the ring, and it doesn't matter what the crowd is saying. Can't nobody help that man when he's in there, not even the ref. The ref can give him an 8 count, but the ref can't stop you from throwing a higher shot and doing what you do. It's just about you going in there and making a conscious decision to do it. And I've always talked to I had a different relationship with everybody on the team. There wasn't not one person on the team who I did not talk to or give advice to.
I've talked to some other people on the team. They all point you out as a leader. They all point you out as inspiration. It's something that's hard to do when you have so many competitive athletes. For you to rise above and be that person is tremendous. You got 2 gold medals, the first boxer ever in history. Not male, not female, black, white, the first ever in history. For America, ever to do that for this country is such an accomplishment. Now the second gold medal gets put around your neck. Were there endorsements waiting then? Were there companies waiting then to show you the gratitude for what you've done for this country?
Well, I had endorsement before 2016 came. 2015 is when I got my first endorsement deal, and that was through Powerade. Drink Powerade to stay hydrated. Next, I have endorsement through Dick's Sporting Goods, endorsement through Mini Cooper, sponsorship through the Universal Kidney Foundation. I'm a spokesperson for the Up to Us Foundation. Trying to make sure that I don't forget any of my endorsements. Powerade, Mini Cooper, Dick's Sporting Goods.
It's a good problem to have, trying to remember all your endorsements.
Because, you know what, to me, it's something special. I definitely think that I earned it. Absolutely. In that those businesses came before I won the Olympic gold medal. So
for the second time. For the second time,
absolutely. But, like I said, never bet against me. They knew going into the games I was going to do it again. You have to have faith. I don't know if you can tell and look at me, but I look like a winner. I talk like a winner. I carry myself as a winner. And everybody can't do that. People doubt themselves. I don't doubt myself at all.
There are a lot of people with talent out there, with drive out there, coming from conditions similar to yours, some even worse than yours. Absolutely. You've accomplished so much, and as you said, stayed so real. What kind of wisdom or what kind of experiences have you had that you like to impart on somebody maybe watching this interview that's looking to break through and accomplish the way you did, coming from nothing?
You got to put your headphones on. You can't really hear about what everybody have to say to you. Kovalov made a joke, you know. It's my first time meeting. He made a joke, and he's like, oh, women should be at home. And I'm like, Kovalov, watch it. But, you know, let somebody hear that. Like, what if I would have been like an emotional girl or something and be like, oh, he hurt my feelings and I don't want to box anymore. I'm going to give up my career because he said that? No, absolutely not. You have to, you know, people till this day still say that she's not going to make any money off of being a boxer. When I've made a lot of money already, I have 2 Olympic gold medals, I have a bright future, I'm 21, I have time on my side, and you still have people saying that you can't help people's opinions. You have to do what you have to do, and really.
Kovalev told you that women should stay at home?
Yeah, I don't know, you call yourself joking, but I know Russians really believe in that crazy stuff.
Claressa, before I let you go,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I've interviewed everybody in this sport, top, bottom, and middle, and I was a little nervous talking to you.
Why?
Because you're so real, and I admire you so much, and what you've done for the country, what you've done in the Olympics, where you came from to do it. It's such an inspiration to me, and it's a pleasure and an honor to speak to you, and I hope that, you know, your success continues, and we continue to see you
It will.
everywhere, in the ring and outside the ring. You are a real role model. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Radio Raheem with 2-time gold medalist, first ever in America to do that, Claressa Shields.